go ahead and just rest as we tune in, bringing palms together, bringing all polarities and accessing them and stabilizing them at the heart, pressing the thumbs into the sternum. Take a nice breath in and exhale. And let's tune in with Adi Mantra. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And exhale. This is a Pranayama Series, a breathing sequence that is working with balancing prana and apana. So prana is the life force and vitality that enters your breath. Apana is the exhale, or anything that really has been used up by the body and is no longer needing to be served. So we're focusing this month on the heart. And the heart is the realm of balance. And prana and apana is meant to be a very balanced state. So you actually energetically receive life through the left hand and you give life through the right hand. So we are created to be able to always be in balance with receiving what we need and releasing what is no longer of service to life. So this pranayama sequence is helping us activate that quality of the heart. And we're just going to go ahead and begin. I should say before we get started, so a lot of these breath sequences are really activating the parasympathetic nervous system. It's helping us activate the evolutionary brain in the higher frontal lobe of the brain, getting us out of the fight and flight and survival strategies into the more elegant design of the human body. So we're going to begin by extending the arms straight up. So heart, you should know, is all about arms, and arms are supported by your posture. So the most important thing with arms is straight lengthening through the fingertips, drawing the shoulders down, making sure that you're rooted and you're really into your sit bones. So you're pressing down to lengthen up through the top of the head so that your chin can be at a right angle to the body. And that keeps the head above the heart, above the hips. So as you're moving with the arm work, the first thing you want to check, if you're feeling it in your neck, if you're feeling it in anywhere, you want to check your posture. Your posture is what serves your commitment through arm work. And this is always going to be true in our practice. So extending and really lengthening through keeps those arms really nice and solid and stable rather than you having to hold them. And then it's very natural to get really tight and tense in our shoulders because that's pretty much what survival brain does to you. Relax and draw those shoulders down and keep the arms extended. So it might take you a little while to practice, yet this is the mastery of arms that I have found successful for me. So we're going to extend the palms with the palms facing up. You're going to close your eyes. And we're going to begin breath of fire. Remember to keep the breath equal parts inhale, exhale. Focus on the navel breathing for you rather than you breathing through the nose. The navel is your pump, and it is what really drives the breath throughout the body. Make sure you're mentally vibrating Satnam, Satnam, Satnam. That keeps the sequence of the breath at the right tempo so that you're equal parts breath in, breath out. Keep the drishti or eye posture focused at the brow point. That's activating the pituitary gland, and it's also helping you move through it all. Stay with it no matter what. Just lengthen through, drop into the rootedness. Keep going. You're doing great. Now inhale deep, bend from the wrist, extend through as if you were pushing a wall, suspending the breath. Exhale, and just move it around, move the neck, move the shoulders a little, and then come back into presence. Just being witness to that experience, noticing how the body receives it. So your arms are like an antenna. It's always tuning you into the right station. We're shifting our electromagnetic field. We're working with the aura. Obviously the nervous system, right? Because the nervous system and the aura, it's like the energetic qualities of the nervous system are in the electromagnetic field, in the aura, in our arc lines. So all of these breaths are really opening up that brilliance. So our next breath is a different kind of arm posture. And this time what we're doing is we're bending, and we want to keep this part of our arms parallel to the floor the entire time. And the arms are, again, drawing the shoulders down. The palms are facing forward, and we're coming into Surya Mudra. So our fingers, our ring finger and thumb tips are together, bending at 90 degrees, keeping the chin in, head above the heart, above the hips. And we're going to do 4 breaths in and 4 breaths out. So it's a segmented breath pattern. And again, you're using the navel, drawing that breath in 4 parts, exhaling it in 4 parts. Ready? Eyes are closed, focused inward at the brow point. Go ahead and begin. If it helps you, you can go ahead and use the sequence of Satanama at every breath. Completing the breath. When you're ready, take a nice breath in. Suspend the breath as you bring your palms together at the heart in prayer pose, pressing the thumbs into the sternum. Exhale completely. And then squeeze the root block. Draw the root block in, sex organs, rectum, navel. Draw that whole lower triangle, closing, generating and moving the energy up, consolidating at the heart and spreading throughout the entire body. Relax the navel as you inhale. And exhale once again, just resting. If you need to move anything, just take a moment to move it and then just rest in attention, witnessing that experience within you, noticing how the body receives it. Especially noticing the subtle aspects of this pranayama sequence. It'll just be very interesting for you to notice what happens. So the next one is working with the arc line. And for women, we have two arc lines. One that is from chest to chest, teat to teat, and then the other one that's ear to ear. For men, there's the ear to ear one. Sorry, you only get one. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to be supported by a posture. Again, heart is all about support from the posture. You cannot engage heart if you don't have your heart open, which can only happen if you are really rooted and extended. So, interlacing fingers, you're going to press the palms away from you. So I'm inverting my hands, pressing them through. Again, the chin is at a right angle. My stability is coming from the lower body, building my foundation. I'm going to inhale as I bring the arms straight up, rather than way back, right? I'm going to straight up, inhale up, exhale straight back out of the heart. That's all we're going to be doing for the next 2 minutes. So close your eyes, focus deep at the brow point, and begin. Mentally vibrating Sat Nam, Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. Once again, check your posture. If your posture is as it needs to be, if you're rooted, if your chin is in neck lock, what you might notice is that the shoulders are simply open to move. So the movement is happening through the breath and the arms being nice and straight and powerful rather than you're controlling the movement. Doing great. Keep going. Use the eye posture. Focus deep at the brow point. Now inhale straight up. Exhale. Just move it for a quick second. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move to a second part of this where the arms are straight out, pressing through the heels of the hands. And then you are going to be crossing above the head, so that you're moving one hand and then the other. So really extending out as you come down and really just crossing the wrists so that you're kind of right here, crossing the wrists, okay? And we're going to extend the arms straight out to use that powerful movement. So you're inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you extend down. Ready? Remember, arms are all about posture, all about strength, all about really grounding into the pituitary, giving you the power of commitment. Move through it. Keep going. The payoff is wonderful. Now, again, if you have any injuries that make this not an ideal place, always take care of you and just modify as you need to. Do whatever you can and bring your attitude to it. Heart is about posture and attitude. The attitude is the excellence of your greatness. No matter where you are, you give power to the attitude of your greatness rather than the what. It's how you show up that matters most. The heart is the wisdom of the how over the what. Now, inhale up, straight up. Exhale, relax it down. You're doing so good. Just beautiful. And just rest again, noticing the gross shifts, the more subtle shifts. There's so much at the subtle level. Heart is actually an instrument of subtlety, because it is of the sensory system. So just sensing and opening to the subtleties that arise from the practice, from the work, from the arm movements, from the breath. Great. So now the next movements are very much on the foundation piece. So they're very similar to what we've done with the third chakra and the lower triangle. The stability of your foundation is what gives you access to the openness of your higher centers. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do spinal twists. And we're going to bring the arms once again at an angle, this time in Gyan Mudra. So index and thumb tips are together. Your eyes are focused at the brow point, moving from the connection to the floor, inhaling left, exhaling right. Now what you might find is that the arms want to just kind of start moving down. The elbows start wanting to come down. So I want to invite you to really lengthen up. Keep those fingers actively stretching up to the ceiling so that you're really extending and keeping those angles 90 degrees at your best. Again, it's all about posture. Draw the shoulders down. Keep the connection to the floor. Anchor deeply and move from the power of your navel. Use the breath. Inhale left, exhale right. Heart is about courage, the courage to transcend and move beyond the comfort. It is that place that is the fertile soil for our growth and expansion. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Once again, just staying focused inward, opening to that experience. You're doing beautiful. So we're going to do a little bit of movement now, side stretching. And once again, it's all about the rootedness that allows us to extend beyond our comfort zone because we're still connected to ourselves. So we're in the growth edge, really extending into the growth edge. Your chin needs to be at a right angle so that you can apply the neck lock and keep that head above the heart. If possible, fingers are forward, thumbs are back. If not, just adjust how you need to, but keep the chest open. What we're going to do here is we're lengthening. So I'm pressing down through my sit bones and I'm extending through the top of my head to my left on the inhale, and then the same on the exhale to the right. And what I want to do here is I want to keep my torso straight throughout the movement. So I'm really engaging from the connection that I have to the groundedness of my body, finding my extension so that I don't topple over, so that I'm actually pressing down through the sit bones and extending. And we're going to do this with powerful breaths using the navel to move the body. Ready? Doesn't matter how far you go. What matters is that you find your extension. You want to find the place where you feel the tension of being outside of your center. So this is what I love to talk about in terms of finding stability within the instability, because that's what's going to allow you to become impermeable to whatever happens in your life. So as you learn through these practices how to find your center no matter where you are, you can come back and you can trust and you can resource from that place so that you can stay connected to the heart and act from your higher possibilities rather than having to act out of the habits of survival. Inhaling sat, exhaling nam. Use all the tools for deeper benefits. Now inhale, center. Exhale, relax, rest, and just be present. Again, if there's any movement that you might need to make to just take away that tension that sometimes arises. Just go ahead and make a small shift and then come to witness, pause, and be in a space of integration through non-action. Beautiful. So we're just going to end with a sequence of 2 breaths that are engaging the parasympathetic nervous system, the calming aspects that really give us access to heart, because they literally shift us out of the survival space into the possibility of clarity. So we're going to begin by doing an alternate nostril breath that's actually engaging inhaling left and exhaling right all the time. So what we're doing here is we're opening up the moon cycle, the cooling energy of the body, the female aspects of the body energy, so that we can be calm, we can see clearly, we can be present. Left hand is in Gyan Mudra, the right hand blocking the right thumb with the right nostril with the right thumb. We inhale through the left, and then taking either your index or your pinky, you're going to block the left nostril, exhale through the right. That's all you're going to do. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Once again, remember, it's all about posture, neck lock, groundedness. And you want to really invite yourself to allow the full breath to happen. It's very easy when we're doing these switches to want to hurry the breath and let the hand lead the breath. I want to remind you and invite you to explore the possibility of allowing the breath to complete itself and then taking action. We have a tendency to act before it is time, and I find that these breath patterns really help us develop a new possibility, which is about allowing ourselves to have the patience to be fully present and know when to act. This might be a good time to remind you that nostril dominance shifts every 90 minutes throughout the day. So if you're finding that it's really difficult for you to breathe through the left nostril, don't worry. As you continue, it will open up and you will be shifting on purpose the nostril dominance that then gives you access to the particular qualities that we're looking for. This is the power of pranayama practices, that you can actually self-regulate through the breath. Now, complete your last exhale. And then when you're ready, inhale through both nostrils and exhale, and just rest and notice the subtleties of this breath. Just become aware and attuned to your body, what awakens within it, the subtleties you notice about this particular breath pattern that might be different from the next one. So our next breath and final part of this sequence is Satelli Pranayama. And Satelli Pranayama is a breath that is a cooling breath that is really wonderful for strong emotions like hot emotions like anger, frustration. Anger, in many ways, is the shadow aspect of the heart. Love and fear are the shadow, like fear is the shadow aspect of the heart. Anger can come out of fear, and it usually is the other side of love. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate that, and it's also activating and really strengthening the vagus nerve, which is, even though we work with the vagus nerve throughout all of our practice, in this particular case, we're really activating it very deeply. So you're going to stick your tongue out, and if you can, if you have the right genetics, you're going to be able to roll it like a taco. You want it to extend beyond the mouth as best as you can. If you cannot roll it, it's okay. You just don't have the genetics. Do the best you can. Tell your mind that you're rolling it and let it be whatever it is. What we're going to be doing in this breath is we're inhaling through the rolled tongue, exhaling through the nose. And if you're able to keep the tongue sticking out, if not, you can just bring it in. But I really want to encourage you to keep it sticking out so that you're really strengthening and extending that tongue and working with the vagus nerve. Okay? So eyes are closed, focus inward, stick the tongue out, roll the tongue, and begin. Make sure that you're allowing the breath to lead. Make it long and deep. And if for some reason you're starting to feel some metallic flavor in your tongue, don't worry. This is a really deep detox breath. And it's just letting you know that the detox is happening. So keep going. If that's happening really deeply for you, this might be a breath that you want to take on every day as a practice. Now complete your last inhale. And when you're complete with the inhale, close the mouth, suspend the breath, engage your awareness deeply at the brow point. Exhale and relax. Just relax here. I want to give you a moment to just relax on your back, just for a moment of integration. It also helps you loosen the back, stretching the lower back, rocking side to side, and then extending the legs, extending the arms, separating the legs and the arms from the body. If you feel tension or tightness in the lower back, just go ahead and bend the knees. That will release it, or find a pillow and place it under your knees. Allow yourself to be present with the breath. Inhaling sad, exhaling numb, just allowing the body to integrate. apana. Take a nice breath in. Exhale as you bring knees to the chest. Bring the chin in as you rock up and down, balancing that energy to the body, or side to side if that works better for you. Slowly coming back up, and just stay here present with that experience for a moment. And that is your sequence for prana and apana. Satnam.